Hello and good evening. On behalf of KVM Trust and Artist Circle Live, a virtual art gallery, today I have the pleasure of inviting Amit Shrivastava, a fellow artist who's making waves in the art world with his portraits. Before we begin, let me share something about him. He's an alumnus of IIT Delhi who left his prestigious and rewarding career of 12 years to move to the US and follow his heart. He has trained under his mentor, Anthony Ryder, who is a famous painter himself. Our first question, Amit, to you would be, please share something interesting about your childhood and how you got into the art.
Yeah, thank you first of all for having me here on this platform. It's an honor, and thank you for the lovely introduction. So, as you said, yeah, I used to as a child I used to draw, and like most children, and what I discovered was around the age of 8 or 9. I did my first portrait, which was, I believe, as far as I remember, of my grandfather. So I was looking at his photograph, and there was a certain itch to draw, and I made a portrait of him, and it came out reasonably okay for that.
How
for that
old
age.
were you then?
I think 8 or 9.
Wow, that's amazing.
And yeah, so I was just feeling it was an urge to draw, and I made his portrait, and it came out reasonably fine, and my parents and all they liked it. So there was a good encouragement in the house, but so there were academically, there was no push towards art. Like in those times in school also there would be limited options, like either you go for medicine, you take science, commerce, or so I naturally drifted towards engineering because it was also one of the things I used to like, and art was happening on the side, in the sense not in terms of any training or such. I mean, whatever I felt like film actors, and I used to draw them. So yeah, that's how it proceeded. And yeah, I mean, I had a decent drawing. A lot of people used to get their assignments made from me.
And as they say, artists aren't made, they are born. And because till, in a natural Indian household, what happens is, like, parents are naturally, they're pushing you towards a career and where you're secure, as they say. And I remember as a child myself, like I used to be doodling forever. But why I find you very fascinating is not only your right side, but your left side of the brain is hugely developed.
If you were given a chance to be 20 again, in retrospect, would you do things differently? Or do you think that your training as an engineer gives you an added advantage?
So I mean, my art and all, it did, my drawing itself, starting from 9th or 10th, everything took a backseat. It was mainly focused on, getting your physics, maths, and chemistry.
Wow.
So so it was a long period since, I mean, I don't, after like 11 or 12 years of age, it was only in the final years of IIT that I started drawing again. So, I mean, it just took I mean, it was all academics all the way. But
so did Delhi in any way contribute to your art, picking up of art?
I'm not sure Delhi, but it was more like probably things come back to you, whatever. I mean, I believe everybody is made for certain, we come for a certain reason. There's a certain calling as well, and so whatever comes to you naturally it does come back to you, and so that's what happened in the final years of IIT again. But I started drawing in the final years, and it again took a backseat once I started working, and it was quite hectic in my initial years of the job.
How long did you work post your
I worked for about 12 years.
Amazing. That is pretty spectacular. I forgot to ask this, Amit, what is your native state?
I've been born and brought up in Delhi.
We would like to know what has been your inspiration. And I am sure in your childhood you have doodled a lot in your notebooks, and that's how you came to know that this is what is your true calling. But we would like to know, what has your inspiration been?
That used to happen with me also. Sitting on the back benches, I used to be doodling.
Wow.
And making the professor's portrait on a. But yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't like a abrupt switch.
Mm-hmm.
About 8 or 9 years into the job, again
you kind of planned it. Planned the switch.
It was planned, but I mean, it wasn't an easy switch. So when it was about 2008 or 2009 when I felt like I saw some paintings of on Facebook. Wow. I mean, my sister was browsing and I saw some paintings, and I asked her who has made those. So he was somebody known to her, and I wanted to learn. And he was staying close by, so I took some lessons from him, and that's when the whole thing got rekindled. Wow. So this was about 8 or 9 years into my job, and so since then it started growing slowly, and I moved to Bangalore along with my wife around 2012, where I met another wonderful artist named Jay Verma. So I started pencil drawing with him. That's when it really
triggered.
Yeah, and, I just couldn't control the fact that I can handle both these things, or do art part time. I mean, I started getting thoughts about making the switch, and when you always have this thought, and you invested about 5 years into your studies, and then 10, 11 years into your career, and then you just drop everything. It wasn't an easy thing, but a lot of people told me to do it part time, and art is definitely a tough.
It's a like jealous mistress, as they say. You leave it kind of runs away from you. So, yeah. So do you think that this art journey is a soul journey?
Yes, in the sense. Because I have been it teaches you every day, and it teaches you to be humble, definitely.
Yes,
and
yes.
And it is not something the reason I came into it was because for my love for drawing and painting, and
belief, a bit of madness and belief, I feel.
Yes. And the other thing is, when you're working, a lot of times you do things. So, I mean, there are projects, and you do things for the money part of it. But when it comes to art, and if you're truly, if you move to art for the reason of drawing and painting, you should be doing what you really love to draw and paint. And and that's what really moves you inward also. And I mean, because I've tried to paint other things which I have no feeling for. It doesn't work like that. So I think
you are so right. I think every artist who ventures into this journey, there is a time, when you feel that, okay, my true art, which represents me, has to be fed. So feeding will happen only when somebody is ring you through buying or something, and when that doesn't happen, there is always a little shift that happens, and you say, okay, let me also do that. But it's a fine balance. I think from Michelangelo times, everyone has been facing it. Okay, now our viewers would definitely love to know about your the whole rider studio part of your
Yeah, so
journey.
when I was studying with Jay in Bangalore, that's when I started to look for schools that where I could study. And so as I was browsing through various schools in US and Europe, I came across Anthony Ryder. I already had his book, which is a complete guide to figure drawing. It's a fantastic book. It's about figure drawing in pencil, and I mean, I had an inclination towards that kind of style, and his. Every teacher has an approach, and every teacher has a philosophy. So I really loved his teachings. So I saw his paintings and his curriculum. He has a small school in Santa Fe, New Mexico, in US. So I liked the curriculum because it was, I mean, we would get into life drawing and life painting right from day one.
Wow.
And
Wow,
yeah,
that's actually that kind of gets the artist in you
yeah.
moving.
The other thing is some of the other schools, I mean, if you don't have a foundation in drawing, they like to build a foundation in drawing, and there's
Yes.
one full year of drawing
Yes.
because drawing is the backbone of realistic art, as you would
Yes,
know. And
and it shows in your work. That in spite of having taken a detour and gotten into it, you have not missed steps. Your work shows that.
so, I mean, I thought I had a decent foundation in drawing, so I didn't want to go through a full year of drawing. So his curriculum was more a mix of drawing and painting, which I really liked, and I liked his work definitely. So there was one work of his which is named Bill Cowdy, which actually I just that was, I mean, the deciding work. I mean, as
Can you
somebody,
share that with our viewers?
I'll have to. I'll try and do that.
Yeah, eventually, as we go along in our conversation, maybe you can. Yeah, I mean that would be really inspiring and interesting
Absolutely.
because I got this message from one of the viewers that like we would really want to have a chat. Where why don't you invite one of the portrait artists? I said you'll be surprised. On 9th we have this
Okay.
wonderful artist coming in, and there you have your uh, wishes answered. All right. And tell me, Amit, which place do you call your Karambhumi?
Karam Bhumi. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the
or the world is your oyster. What is it?
I haven't really. I think this is the place because see the all the stories that I feel like telling, and so for me the actually it has been a short career till now, and it's practically just beginning to unfold. So,
Absolutely.
and the kind of stories and the content that I have in mind, it has to begin from here. So this
No,
is it.
already, I
Probably.
think, sorry, already you've caught the attention of the art world with your work. And I feel one major advantage, which I must share with the viewers, that what happens, I feel a person who's done IIT, what does IIT do to you? And this, my father always used to say, no education goes waste. There's always a grander design for it. And I feel once you've done a course like I, somewhere in your brain, something changes and a great level of discipline and organization comes. I, as an artist, know eventually after the inspiration bit and your work starts, it's a labor. It may be labor of
Uh,
love, but
no,
it
I
is
don't
a
know,
labor.
but definitely I think of myself as a thinking artist, and I mean I'm sure everybody thinks like that. But when it comes to realism, we all basically painting the fall of the light, how the light
Yes,
falls,
yes.
and it's a continuous endeavor to capture that and to be able to truly capture that the beauty of how light falls. And so throughout my study and even now, I keep analyzing and I keep, even so. What Anthony did was, he basically, any good teacher improves your seeing.
Absolutely.
More than anything else, he or
The
she would,
composition.
do away with your preconceived notions about how things look. Because unless
Or
somebody
how you
shows
see
it,
things also.
yes, how do you see things? Plus, how do you see things artistically, as well as because you have so many preconceived notions coming from childhood about how things are, especially human faces and eyes and noses.
Yes.
We keep drawing from our memory and keep on our thought
Yes.
rather than actually looking at the person
Yes.
sitting in front.
Tell me about how do you work on shadows? I really like to ask this question to artists because those who work on realism, their understanding of shadows is impeccable.
So, if you look at shadows, honestly, shadows when it comes to portraits or any other thing in realism, they should be kept pretty simple, and more like unified rather than. So there has to be more story and more detailing in the light, and a lot of times I see people getting into details in the shadows, which actually distracts the viewer.
Distracts. Oh, yes.
So it's as far as possible, the shadows should be more or less unified and very close in values, so that you know
Yes.
you have more focus, and the painting appears more strong.
I like to ask this question. I don't know, it's an academic question again. Like, do you believe in rule of thirds? Do you follow that?
I see. I know these. I know the rules, but when I'm composing, I don't. I'm
Follow
not.
them.
I'm not finicky about where exactly
But I
these
have
things
seen
fall in.
people who have come from schools of art. They are very particular initially, at least
Yes,
about
yes.
their composition. And
Because it is certainly a theory, but I compose things visually, and it kind of falls over there.
so, do you think that having not gone to a school, like a very, very formal school at formative years, is a added advantage to your creativity?
I don't think so, because I certainly know for a fact that the earlier you go there, the better it is.
So
you know,
I would request Rohan to please share Amit's works because we are running out of time. Amit, I'll keep asking you questions as these your works are shared also.
Okay, maybe
Is that
I'll do that. I'll share my screen if that is okay.
yes, please.
Okay.
Amit, what is your source of strength? Or, as I like to ask the artists, what is your kryptonite?
Oh, okay. I would say coffee.
You're my kind of person. Everyone in my home, they hate coffee. Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay, it keeps you
so
going.
yeah, I just shared my screen. Are you able to see that?
Yes, amazing,
Okay. So
amazing.
this was a commission work, and see, so in some of the commissions, if I'm kind of a lot of commissions, you don't have a free hand. You basically get a photo and you work from it. But if I have the liberty to work from a work and tell a story, so this was one where I wanted to tell this boy's story. So he's a boy who's learning music, and there were rooms, and on his room there were scribblings on the wall. Where,
This reminds me of me writing on
yeah.
the
Yeah,
walls.
so and all the things in this painting are some of his favorite. Like he's into Transformers, and even the T-shirt he's wearing is his favorite Avengers T-shirt. So
This
basically,
is
when the boy grows up, he
this is
would
part
be.
of someone's private collection now.
Yes, yes.
All
It
right.
is. It was a commission, and it has been given
Could
away.
you
I have a
show
print.
some of?
I have a print of it. I mean, if you could
All
see
right,
that.
all
Yeah.
right.
this was another painting, and so I like to bring about some of the deeper human emotions, as you would have seen.
It is quite brilliant.
Thank you. And I mean,
it is quite alive in its stillness. You know, there is that depth, and the background treatment you have given, it adds to it. So how do you decide to do that composition in the background? Because that's always a challenge for artists. Does it come organically to you, or do you plan your paintings as some artists do, like in a jigsaw puzzle method?
So this one was an experiment. I mean, I haven't done anything like this in any of the other paintings, but I basically wanted to keep an abstract thing wherein, so this glow goes from this lower left and it goes to the right and, goes back again.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was more like...
Amazing. But it has somehow it's become kind of your signature. So, yes.
The other thing is I wanted, you see this dark background and the light one. So I wanted the figure to pop. So since there is a dark, so since there's a dark hair, and I wanted to keep a light thing so that the face pops from that.
Wow, wonderful. And Amit, could you share with our audiences, you have done one still art. This looks like a photograph. No one can make out. Amazing.
This was also a commissioned portrait. And again, I try to tell the story of this girl who's into Kathak, who's learning Kathak, and
there is an innocence about her. There's dream in her eyes. And they made a beautiful angel in childhood.
So these are all her doodles, So I titled this painting "Dancer, Doodler, Dreamer." So wherein she's into her parents, and she's also.
And Amit, a live question is coming. I'm going to ask you. The audience are asking, they want to know whether these your subjects are your imagination, or do you also do live subjects?
These are all, most of the paintings that you would see are from life. The ones that I showed you just now were not from life, but I'll probably just show you.
Another question has popped up. Can I ask you?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. What you enjoy most, whether you like to work indoors or work live?
So I work from my studio a lot of times, and but most of my works are from life. Like if you would see the still life that I've been doing, or some of the portraits that I do, I'll just show you.
But doesn't the light shift? Doesn't that bother you when you do light?
So I'm doing indoors. I am working from an artificial light. For example, this still life painting is something. All the paintings of still life I set up in my studio and paint from life.
Yeah.
And I have done a few plein air sketches, but there have been very few. I mean, not many. So mostly I either paint still lives or portraits in my studio.
Are these one of your recent works?
Yeah, this one is my recent work from this year.
There's another one which you did with porcelain cup and a saucer, still object, in one of your IHC Habitat Center exhibitions. I really love that one too. Is it there with you?
This one?
And there was one with, it had a rose in it, or there was a kettle also in it, or...
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. That one is...
I just thought that maybe Mira memories feeling...
I remember that, but I don't have it right now.
Okay, all right.
So all these... I set up, yeah.
Amazing, amazing work. They're just... Absolutely, they totally get you.
Thank you.
Another question has come up. How long have you been working as a painter?
Okay. As a painter, I mean, if you ask me since when I started painting, it's been about 6 years.
6 years
Yeah.
now. That's a very short time to produce this kind of work. It's actually
Yeah, so
spectacular.
that's when I started learning Vidoni, and that's when I started painting. Before that, it was mostly pencil or charcoal, and yeah.
And I believe your favorite medium happens to be oil.
Yes.
And you
I did.
ever
Yeah.
think of switching to other mediums like
I
acrylic
did try
or
acrylics. I did try acrylics, but I didn't kind of catch on, because one is I like to take my time, and
yes,
acrylics will be.
go into that meditative process.
Yeah, I mean, acrylics was slightly too fast drying for my liking, so I didn't can I decided to stick to oils.
Amit, could you share some ongoing projects or exhibitions which are in the pipeline other than Kumar
So
Yogi
right now, yeah,
Memorial?
see the thing is in this COVID times, everything is. There were a couple of online exhibitions that I was a part of, and right now I'm preparing for my solo show, which will be next year in January. I'm hoping everything, is.
Where do you intend doing it in
It would
India?
be in Habitat, in the Habitat Center,
All right. So
and
wish
so
you the very best for that. We really
thank
look
you,
forward to your works.
thank you.
And also, I would like to tell the viewers that end of these live chats, we intend to launch the online virtual exhibition. But originally, every year in mid-September, we have a festival which Kumar Yogi hosts in Jammu, and it's a cultural event with art exhibitions and art competitions. But this time, because of COVID situation, everything went experimenting, but it's been a beautiful journey of having to speak. I've learned so much just listening and talking to artists, and it's been interesting, mixing of everything, and beautiful thing. And Amit, please share with us your future vision.
Okay, so as I can, I mean, I can tell you that my work is definitely evolving in the sense, uh, since it's only been a few years. So I can, I mean, I can only say that probably I'll be doing more of figurative works, telling more of stories around people, and you know, keeping an eye on the content. I mean, more of storytelling. So, for example, if you see the works, these are single people works. There's one person involved. But if
Yeah, yes.
you see some of the works of like some of the greats like Raja Ravi Verma or even William Bouguereau, they compose multiple figures into a fantastic painting, which
Arrangement.
I think which is something I look forward to, and hopefully, I mean.
Do you audiences are asking, do you take portrait workshops?
Yes, I do. Unfortunately, it hasn't happened since a long time, and but I don't feel like taking one online. Definitely, I have had quite a few requests of taking online workshops. See, the thing is, I paint from life, and my workshop also I take a live model, and usually it's a 3-day or a 5-day workshop wherein I tell about the structure of the head, and I also paint and students paint. So it's a very intense learning session of 5 days.
Interactive process.
Yes.
Yes.
So I've not been able to latch on to online teaching. Hopefully, if the situation
And
improves,
looking on a student, you check the level of sketch skills, or you do look into a certain level when you take on students for workshops.
I see. I don't have any. I can take any level of student, but the thing is, the student will improve from where he or she is. I mean, I do set the
Absolutely.
expectations as to you will
That's a
learn
good
a lot.
answer.
It will be, what happens is your seeing will improve, but your skill may not improve to the level your seeing improves, in the sense that, and that's what ideally should be the case for every artist. he or she should be able to see much more than he is able to execute. So execution should always follow.
So basically, yes, you tap into their own strengths rather than, you say ki, okay, improve from this point.
They might not be able to execute it like that at the end of 5 days, but definitely they take a lot. But that will take a lot of practice. If they go back home and practice on the lines, then.
Yes, there's a question coming. How much it will take you to make a painting? How much? I don't know whether they mean the money bit or how much. How much means price, I suppose.
Okay, I mean that obviously depends on the work, and so
different. Yes, I'll answer that question. If you're interested to buy any of Amit's works, please DM us on this platform itself with your phone number. We'll get in touch with you.
Thank you.
Okay, now the next question is, what will be your advice to the upcoming artists in present COVID times? Quickly, our time is getting over. I mean,
the thing is, the times are definitely tough, but I think for me, I can say that I've been able to put very good focus on what I'm doing, and that's what art requires, really. To be able to focus. And if you are an artist, whether self-taught or learning somewhere, it is a good time to be able to focus on your on particular thing that you're doing.
Should money be a big focus if you are planning on taking this journey?
Money is important, but it should not be the only focus. Money is definitely important for sustainability. Otherwise, you won't be able to continue. But it should not be. You have to do what you really. You have paint from what you want to paint.
You have to be true to your craft.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we would like you to say something for Kumar Viyogi Memorial Trust and this Art Circle platform.
So thank you. First of all, thanks to Poonamji and to you for this for inviting artists on this platform. I think Kumar Viyogi Memorial Trust is doing a fantastic job of encouraging art and culture and bringing artists on this platform, as well as doing working for a social cause. Yeah. So it was really nice to see, as I learned that there would be a virtual exhibition and there would be works for charity as well, helping out cancer patients. So I think it's a great endeavor. Absolutely. And all thanks to you and Poonam ma'am.
To conclude, I would like to thank Amit for sharing his beautiful artworks and his journey on this platform, and also to inform the audience that sometime mid-October, KVM Trust will be hosting a charity art auction where artists across the country have contributed their art to the cause of cancer during these COVID times, and a patient would be sponsored in the times of need. And also, to conclude, I would request Amit to give a message to artists who will be listening to this program. And thank you and good night.